Welcome back to the Zix TV. I am the Zix, and we're having a look at my largest Lego MOC that I have ever built. It is a Zemdari command bug for the Zemdari Empire, the Insectoids from Galaxy Squad. And we just had a look at the command bridge. So this is the medical area. And there is a ladder leading up there. There's some railings. We have a couple of doctors. We have some medical beds and some honeycomb habitats in the walls. That's where the insectoids go to rest. They sit in these little cubby holes in the walls. And there is the nursery with eggs. And those are eggs that have just been laid. So we've got a patient on the medical bed. And I saw these pieces in that pretty green color, and I thought it would be cool to use them as some kind of scanner or something that helps them out. And this part along the top here is a medical scanner. Let's get up close if we can. It's a medical scanner, and it also projects green radiation, which has a minor healing and nutritional effect on insectoid people. There's a doctor, there's a mantizoid, and he's got little control consoles. I placed a lot of control consoles on this ship, all authentic insectoid console designs. We got a guy in a chair. He can, and I use some transparent panels for some kind of it's hard to see the detail, but I placed some stickers on there to represent patient status, stuff like that. There's one. And over here we have a medical device. If I can grab it. There's a sticker on top. So he can hold this in his hand. If I can get it in his hand. It's pushing his hand back. Anyway, you can. It's like a medical tricorder from Star Trek. Kind of big for a tricorder, but two of those on the side wall there. How's it going on there? And we have a couple of green syringes. Because these guys like green radiation. And they like the color green. So maybe that injects him with some sort of healing compound. On the wall we have some indicator panels and some control panels. And we have some, see if I can, those are from a Spider-Man set from a good number of years ago. Collected a few of those sets. Had good stickers with it. So this part is from the Spider-Man set. It shows a minifigure with some data next to it, and then this part is from that on the hive crawler. Just cut off the top that has the little scorpion on it. You got yourself an indicator panel. And a couple different types of control panels on that part there. More honeycomb habitats. They go there to rest. And the Zemdari people, since they're bugs, well, since they're humanoid bugs, they're sort of like Spider-Man. They're a bunch of Spider-Men. They can scamper up that ladder like it's nothing. And the same for these other ladders. It doesn't take much by way of, it doesn't take much effort for them to get up there. And if someone's too wounded to get up there himself, a couple other guys will pitch in and carry him up. Moving back, we have the engineering section with a small vehicle, small scorpion vehicle that is being worked on. This is the engineering bay. And you can see more of these stickers for lighting panels, detail, whatever it is. We got some windows so they can look out on the activity that's going on in the engineering area. And that is how they disembark, same as the transport bug. See, what you could do is take a bunch of these, stick them on there, and you'll have a smooth inside. You can tell that in the distance you're looking at the underside of plates. So place a bunch of these on there and it just looks better. It's too bad they only make them in that dark gray color. It'd be better in gray. Then you can have a smooth surface. Really nice piece here. Anyway, we got some vents on the walls, some details. There are the windows of the medical area and nursery. Now, what about the lower floor, the ground floor? Well, this part, I have to lift these up. This fits into a little slot there, because this is all open. It's not connected. So I created a little bridge that goes across on either side. Open those up. And this section here can be removed to reveal the main floor of the command bug. And I will need 2 hands to do that, so I will go back to the stable camera to do that. Okay, I have the stable camera and both hands are free, so I'm going to pull up, and there is the nursery and medical. Oh, and when I did the when I showed the transport bug, I forgot to show you how this is done. Put it back on there for a moment. If I can just pull this off. Oops. Yeah, these guns, they can easily be flipped around. Okay. I use these. So, and we can see the Insectoid with his wings there. There had to be room for that. So his wings, and that's why we have these clear panels used in between. And then we got these in through here. And I created this. Just a bunch of plates forming a panel. And that is how the sides were made. Okay. So you can take this off, oops, set it aside, and then when anyone goes up that ladder, just assume they went right here. So I'm going to set this aside, and I will go back to the free floating camera so that I can show all the details on the ground floor. I am back with the free floating camera, and we are looking at the ground floor. We can see the ladder there. The ladder's leading up to the command bridge, and this is the living area. We have some honeycomb habitats on the wall there, more along this wall, and this is a living area, and we have all 3 characters here. We have a mantisoid, a mosquitoid, you can tell because he has the wings, and a bugoid. And what they do is they grow these alien plants that grow underground. Berries and these green things, and that is their hydroponic garden. So they eat these berries and these green sprouts. And there's 3 guys at a table eating and drinking. And off to the side we have a water tank and dispenser, and we have some empty glasses, and then these are filled with water. And a spray hose for watering the crops. And a chair for another guy if he wants to join in. So I use some, for the garden, I use some stickers from a Chima set that look like foliage. And there's a lot of detail in there, if we can get a good look at it. So then we have our, weapon racks. This ship isn't really meant to go into combat all that much. It's a colony ship, but if need be, they have their weapons off to the side there. And on the other side we have a whole bunch of standard pistols and more honeycomb habitats. There's a better look at the command bridge now that the second floor has been removed. Then in the back, we have our engineering area, and separating that from the living area are these sliding doors. They can be opened. These doors will remain shut and locked when one of these doors is open, and this whole engineering area is an airlock. So this area here is always filled with an atmosphere. Those doors will not, and on the second floor there's a wall here, so they will not open if one of these is open to vacuum. And the Zemdari people can survive in a vacuum. They store up oxygen for later use. So this whole area here, this engineering section, can be open to a vacuum, and then the rest of the ship has a atmosphere. And if you want to open one of these doors and get to the rest of the ship, you have to seal off the access doors and flood the compartment with air. Then you can open the door and get to the other parts of the ship. So here's the engineering section, and we have a small vehicle there, a small Scorpion walker. There's a guy working on it, working on one of the legs. They have a whole bunch of tools on the wall. There's a look at the doors from the other side. They have some control consoles. There's a guy looking at one. And this is where they can perform maintenance and refueling for small vehicles. Insectoids have a variety of small vehicles that can fit in here. And if I could just remove him for a second, it's on a track. It can go back and forth. And we have our panels that can go up so we can get more access. We have our power cores, and this place in the middle is where they infuse blue energy crystals with red energy to make pink energy. So as long as they get more of those blue energy crystals, there's the red parts are the infusers, and it creates pink energy that goes to the power cores. They can open this. Oh, it's hitting his head. Get out of the way, dude. I'll put you over there. And we have a lot of stickers from that Alien Conquest set with these vents or whatever it is they are, and more of the lighting panels or whatever those are on the walls there, and lots of control consoles. And we have a green energy, kind of hard to see it, it's a green energy refueling place with a little nozzle. They can hook that up to ships that use green energy, and then the pink energy is over there with a little nozzle. You can hook that up to a ship that uses pink energy, such as this one, because it has the cannon here, and refuel that. And then if a ship uses the yellowish green energy, that's refueled from the deck that the ship sits on. This is a simple slider. And you just place the vehicle there. A dragonfly can fit there, and also the little space warmer can fit there. So we've got our engineering crew working on stuff, and control panels in the back, lots of detail, power cores. So that is the command bug. And there is the medical center set aside there. That is my Lego Galaxy Squad command bug for the Zemdari Empire, the Insectoids. Constructed this in 2014. It took 3 months of continuous work to design and build. Has everything these guys need. It is a fully functional base. And the floor is much larger than, it's twice as wide as the transport bug, and I used the large 16 by 16 plates as floors, and underneath is a lattice work of Technic stuff, Technic bricks with those little holes and the little black pins and stuff go through there, going all through the bottom of the ship to create a stable floor. Because again, we have a section of the ship that is just the floor in through this engineering section, and the engine block is all by itself, and then we got these side areas, and they're connected to the elevated bridge. And they're not really connected. You can even take this out. There's a look at my little control panel. So there is a whole bunch of Technic stuff holding this together underneath the floor here. Underneath. And that's pretty much everything for the command bug. It's a very large Lego MOC. I was going to build a Insectoid base, and I decided to do this instead. Build a Battlestar Galactica type, very large starship for the Insectoids, the Zemdari people. Big part of the fun for me is with science fiction is imagining how aliens live. Well, how do they live? What do they do? Without going into too much detail and spoiling too much, the Zemdari people are very work oriented. They're like worker bees or worker ants. They're very work oriented, and they mine raw materials. So maybe in the future I will build an Insectoid mine. They mine raw materials, and they build weapons, ships, power cores. They mine and build. And that is the command bug. Very large. Largest MOC I've ever created. Thank you for watching.